Run, run, you live in Chalice, straight, keep on run. New adventures every day. Run, 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 till you make a new mistake. Run.
Shit. Hi guys, Bria here, and today we're just going to do a super chill conversational talk. As you can see, I am not where I normally would be, in the South in Georgia. So let me show you guys where I'm at right now. As you can see, I am in the middle of, for anyone who watches Courage the Cowardly Dog, or if you grew up in my generation, millennials, and watched that as a kid, nowhere. So for those of you who follow my channel, you know that my home base is in Georgia, and if you saw my recent videos, I was actually building out a tiny home shed and basically living in a shed, you know. So that's what my last content was about, and I've had this trip planned for a while, but of course it's just a trip. So in the long run, of course, I'll go back to my shed. I gotta go back to my kitty. She's waiting for me to come, but she's very well taken care of. I've driven all the way out to the West Coast. I am literally in Washington right now. I'm in Pullman, Washington. Beautiful Pullman, Washington, as you can see. Like, I've never had such picturesque, if that's how you say, or just quiet. Like, all you hear out here is like roosters and animals and the occasional tractor or something, but it's just so peaceful and beautiful. I'm really happy to be out here. So if you guys are wondering, like, why are you in Washington? Like, you live in Georgia, what brought you all the way over there, right? So my best friend, who is basically family to me, his brother decided to move out here a while ago. I want to say maybe 2 years ago, could be more, could be less, but it wasn't too long ago that he decided to move to the West Coast, move to Washington, you know. And we wanted to see how he's doing. It would have been easy for us to just try and get a flight, but as you can see, there's not many airports in sight. So it would have been more expensive, in my opinion, to book a flight to get here, because we would have had to get transportation regardless from the airport to Bumble, you know. With all respect, of course. But we decided to drive here, and we made it all the way here, thank God. No problems. The only problem, yeah, we did blow out a tire, but in my opinion, not a big deal if you're prepared for that. So of course we had a donut in the trunk, and we just had to pop those bolts off, take that busted tire off, put the donut on. We drove to the next nearest town, which was luckily like the next exit, and we were able to get a used tire put on for $50, which included labor and tire rotation, because we need to put in the back. So I felt super blessed about that. I know a lot of people who want to travel, they're concerned about, what if something happens? You're going such a long distance, what are you going to do? And it's really not that big of a deal. I have a video from last summer where I actually show me and my best friend, my pops, learning how to replace the tire, like, in our garage. So I think those skills that we learned definitely helped us in this situation, and it also made us less having anxiety, because we're like, okay, if a tire pops, it's not the biggest deal, you just need to know how to replace it, you know. So it's been an interesting long journey, and I can't wait to show the footage with you guys of me driving all the way over here from the south. As you can see, the wind is just amazing. Just a beautiful, peaceful view. It's like, how could you be angry? Okay, well, the pigs are fighting. Other than the pigs fighting right now, everything's really peaceful. Back to my story. So, the reason why I drove from Georgia all the way over to Pullman, Washington is because for a long time, one of the goals on my bucket list was to take a long trip, or what am I saying? A cross-country road trip in the U.S. For my birthday in May, I went to El Salvador in Central America, and I had a blast, and I just felt like, oh my God, I want to travel more. I want to travel outside of the country. And then I thought about it. I was like, a lot of people don't even take in the beauty of their own country. Like, we have people who come from other countries to see this country for a reason. So it kind of encouraged me to be like, I don't really want to determine if I want to live out of the country or if I want to live in another state if I haven't had those experiences, because you're going based off of other people's opinions or things that you've seen in the media. You got to make your own opinion, guys. And me driving across this entire country and being able to sit in a place like this has really changed my mindset, far greater than me traveling abroad to a country that lives completely differently than how we live. So it kind of gave me a better appreciation for my home country, USA, and how beautiful it is, and how there's so much fear-mongering and things that go on to stop people from traveling. But it was about 2,500 plus miles to get here. And the biggest issue I had was popping the tire, because it was just time for that tire. The tire's time. God called that tire, you know? So that was the biggest issue I had. But I hope that this video, among others that I'm going to post, will encourage people to travel the U.S. If you are in the U.S., don't always feel like if you take a vacation, you need to go out of the country. Don't always feel like you need to fly to get everywhere. Granted, it's very convenient. But I think there's a lot that you can gain from driving across this country and physically seeing how the people are in this country. Like, I've had nothing but beautiful interactions with people, whether it was stopping at a gas station, grabbing something to eat. We went to a roller coaster park at one point to have some fun through the long ride. So in all those experiences, I've met nothing but pure-hearted, amazing American people, loving, who just wanted to be helpful to travelers that were coming through their town. So I don't want this video to be crazy long, because I really don't feel like it needs to be. There's going to be so much B-roll footage I'm showing you guys of me traveling here. But I did just want to speak about what kind of brought me here and how it's making me feel. I feel more appreciative of the United States and of the people, the hardworking people who run this country, because when you come from a big city, you don't get to see this. Like, are you kidding me? You don't see the people who live out here. You don't see the hard work they put in. You don't see the type of lifestyle they live. Like, so peaceful. Like, you just have to experience it for yourself. Like, I could show you only so much. You can only live vicariously through people so much. But my goal is to encourage people, get out there, travel. Like, if you can't afford the plane ticket, maybe try and drive. Maybe if you can't afford to go overseas or get your passport, maybe start in your own country, because there's so much beautiful, amazing things that you can do in this country at a low cost. If you're willing to push that fear back and say, like, I have a right to travel this country and be here and see these beautiful things just like anybody else. You know? So, anywho, I don't even know where I was going with this video, but when I started, I didn't feel that great. And I will briefly say it's because we've had some family concerns come up pretty much upon arrival here. But it's like that yin and yang, you know? Like, when things can be so beautiful as this right now, you can also be dealing with some really serious stuff, and you got to see the good and take the bad with it in life, you know? So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. I know I've been like MIA because I've been doing a lot of traveling, as you can imagine, from Georgia to Washington. But I have a whole journey of making it back to Georgia safely, and I'm just excited for the growth that I will attain in this process. And I hope you guys got something out this video. I'll probably have to go back and rewatch it to be like, what were you even talking about? Like, I don't even know. But thanks for being here with me. Thanks for going on the journey with me. And if you're out there watching and you're not subscribed, if you'd like to stick with us, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this content, hit the like button. And of course, if you'd like to stay in touch with me and my Discord family, join our Discord. A link will be included in the description of this video, as well as the bio of this channel. Until next time, y'all.